Hi everyone, welcome back to Courtney's 5 Critical Classics. This week I am going to reflect on the night I've had tonight because I was at the casino. So I am going to do a concert review for Grand Funk Railroad. The show was pretty short and sweet tonight, as was it last year when I saw them at the casino. They played 15 songs. Show lasted about an hour and a half. What I liked best is that they did not play the exact same set list as last year, because I've had that happen with other bands, and it's kind of a bummer when you walk in and they're saying the same things and singing the same songs in the same order. So that was really exciting for me. They started off their set tonight with Bottle Rocket, which was really cool. Last year I think they started off with Foot Stompin' Music. Then they went into a song that I was really surprised to hear them sing and play, because it's from a band member who is no longer with them. But they went into Rock and Roll Soul, which is one of my favorites. And then they went into probably my favorite, called Shinin' On. So it was really exciting to hear that. I don't think I heard that last year, so I was pretty pumped when I heard that song, and it was kind of disappointing that some people around me, didn't seem to recognize it, or if they did, they didn't know the words. But, sidetrack a little bit, some of the concerts at the casino are kind of a bummer when it comes to the crowd, because most of them, I was in row 9, and they're still looking at the screen rather than the stage, and I just will never understand that. Why are you there if you're going to look at the screen? Why can't you go, sit at home and watch something on DirecTV concerts? I don't get that, but maybe it's an old people thing, I don't know. So anyways, after that, they went into Foot Stompin' Music, which is, always a good one. And then they went into The Locomotion, as we talked about last week. And of course, if you're wondering, yes, all the old people were up and their hands were in the air. And I was still sitting in my seat. After that, they did Walk Like a Man and Second Chance. Of course, they have to recognize Max, which is cool. I don't hate that. But not a big fan of slow songs, especially at a concert if I'm not with my significant other. So after that, Don Brewer went into a drum solo, which is always a pleasure to hear because he is just phenomenal. I don't understand how a 66-year-old can still sit up there and bang on those drums the way he does. He's dripping sweat, but he's just loving it. And, props to him for being, over 50 years old and still up there rocking the house, because he definitely shows his experience and his skills. And after that, they went into my absolute favorite part of their concert, which I think is called Devil's Daughter. I'm not really sure. I searched it a little bit, and that's what everyone else seems to call it, so that's what I'll call it. And if you haven't been to a Grand Funk Railroad concert or know what I'm talking about, I'm going to upload the video to my page after I upload this one. It's really cool and really refreshing and really raw. And, you go to a concert, you know what songs they're going to play, you're prepared for it, and it's kind of like, you know what's coming. But with this, it's so different, and I feel like I'm in the middle of a sit-in in the 60s or something. It's a great, vibe coming from the band. They're all playing drums or tambourine, and it's a real soulful song, and I really enjoy it. So you'll have to check that out on my page once I'm done uploading this video. After that, they kind of highlighted Bruce Kulick a little bit. They went into what sounded like Jimi Hendrix's version of the national anthem, and everyone stood for that, which was really awesome to see. Then he went into a bit of a solo and then a song called Electric Blues. After that, it was kind of their finale. They didn't do an encore, but no intermissions either. So they went into their, big hits, Some Kind of Wonderful, which, was very similar to the locomotion. All the old people got up in the aisles with their husbands and their wives, and they were dancing, and it was funny. Security actually was like pushing them back as if they were a threat or something to the band, but they were pushing them back saying, oh no, you have to stay back from the band. But it was really cool, to see people getting up and enjoying the music. Then they went into I'm Your Captain, which is obviously a great song. My favorite version is the Shea Stadium live version, but obviously I wasn't born then, so I wasn't able to enjoy it, but I did get to hear it tonight, which was great. But I was really disappointed that, once Some Kind of Wonderful was off and I'm Your Captain came on, people were just like, oh, I guess it's time to sit back in our seats, show's almost over. And I don't understand that. Why are you not up out of your seats dancing and singing to this song? It is just as good, if not better. But, I don't know. I don't get it. It blows my mind. But, they did a great job, they just, awesome. Sounded great. And then they went into We're an American Band, and Don got out his little patriotic hat and was drumming and singing, and it always sounds great. And it's great to hear a band that's been around for that long that can still sound that solid. One of the only other bands I've ever heard be like that is REO Speedwagon, that on top of their game still so many years later. And then after the show, I actually had the pleasure of meeting Bruce Kulick in the lobby. He was talking to a couple of girls, and I went, I saw him, and I was standing there and saw the girls, and I was like, oh my gosh. And all I could think of was William Miller in Almost Famous when Stillwater is driving down the ramp and he recognizes who they are, and his eyes get really big, and he's running down the ramp, and he tells Russell his guitar sounds are incendiary. And I feel like I probably should have told Bruce that tonight, but I didn't. We just talked about why I was there. He asked if I was a Kiss fan or a Grand Funk fan, and I said I'm just a fan of music. So we got to talking, and he gave me a guitar pick, and I got a picture with him. So if you're my Facebook friend, you can see it on my Facebook page. It was really cool, he's a really down-to-earth guy, and it's always nice to go to a concert and be able to see someone, because sometimes you listen to the music or know who they are and it's like, oh, they're not really real, but then you get to talk to them and they're a person just like you. So it was really cool, and I had a great time. It was definitely the best $20 I've spent all year. So that is my concert review of Grand Funk Railroad. I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in next week when I defend my 80s comment and talk about 80s music that's actually on my iPod. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week.